going to look at the protest paper. The protest paper is out of 53 marks and, like all your other exams, is worth 25% of your overall grade. The protest paper is different though, because it's a source-based paper, so it tests your source skills and your own knowledge. Now remember, we have studied 4 different units for the protest paper. We've looked at suffragettes, women and the vote, we've looked at the general strike, we've looked at the miners' strike and the poll tax protests. Edexcel will choose which one of those topics they test you on. You need to revise all 4 and you need to be fully prepared for whichever topic the exam board choose. Let's look at question 1. Question 1 on the protest paper will always be worth 6 marks. Question 1 will always ask you, what can you learn from source A about? The mark scheme is broken down into 3 levels. Level 1, Level 2 and Level 3. Level 1 is comprehension. Have you actually written something down that links to the source? If you have, you'll be at a Level 1, you'll pick up 2 marks. Have you made an inference from the source? For example, have you said, I can learn that? If you can do that, you're working at Level 2 and you can pick up 4 marks. Now for 6 marks, you have to make a supported inference. You have to say something you learned from the source and you have to back it up with a detail from the source or a quotation. If you find this difficult, think about writing down things that you learned from the source and then underline a quote or circle a detail from the source to support your point. Let's do one together. If we have a look at this picture, we can see the suffragettes are in the background. They're wearing white. We can also see some people in front of them. They look like they're playing musical instruments. Straight away from looking at this picture, we can tell that it's a parade of suffragettes. The question will ask you, what can you learn from source A about the suffragettes? Already we've picked out a few things. They wore white, they walked in a parade. Look at the top of the picture though. The source tells you something else. The suffragettes have a police escort. It might be difficult to see the police escort in the picture, but we know it's there. What does that tell us? It tells us that the government, the authorities, were obviously worried about the suffragettes on this parade, otherwise they wouldn't have given them a police escort. Year 11, this is really important. The exam board give you the clue at the top of the picture. Remember to use it. Okay, we've looked at the source, we've read the caption. How do we write the answer? Remember, for a Level 3, we want to make 3 supported inferences. We need to write down 3 things the source tells us. Think about your sentences. You can use things like, from source A, I can learn that. From looking at the source, I know that. The source tells me that. When you've used these sentence starters, finish the sentences with things that the source tells you, but make sure you use a detail from the source to back up your point. So, from looking at source A, I learned that the suffragettes were popular. I know this because there is a lot of people in the march on the photograph. Straight away you've picked up 2 marks for that sentence. You only need to do that twice more to get 6 out of 6.